the 10th day of October. The sky is blue, the sun is out, there's a nice chill breeze. It is a gorgeous day to be walking to the store and visiting the goats. It's been a while since we've spun the wheel of tabletop role-playing game controversy. So let's see what this week's topic is. Maybe it's something new and different and a totally new chapter in the never-ending storm of stupidity that is tabletop role-playing game controversies. Now it's AI art again. The past 2 weeks, there's been an ongoing battle over the status of AI art across the various interweb talk sites like the Twitter and the Twitch and the Ko-Fi and the Reddit and the whatever else. Pro AI art, against AI art. Does AI art do it better? Will AI art steal our jobs? Can AI art make me a sandwich? Who is this AI art? Yep, that's the topic. You know, as we spiral towards the end of 2025, it would have been nice to see a brand new topic, which I think we had one, but mostly for the entire 2025. Oh, some last minute Halloween decorations. Thank you. Hello, skeleton. Hello, blow up Jack. Hello, bird. Morning. Yeah, so pretty much it was situation normal for whatever it was we were angry at this week. And it's AI art again. Do you use AI art? Should you AI art? Is AI art gonna steal my job? Is AI art gonna date my mom? I say I don't use AI art, but I really am using AI art. AI art. And this all spirals back to the whole AI art controversy that Wizards of the Coast and other game companies started. And all these people, I really like this lawn. Wow, this is nice. You know, people saying, oh, we weren't using it, and then it was obvious they were, and then saying, oh yeah, we used it this time, but it was a mistake, but then they still kept using it, and they're like, okay, we're not going to use it. Oh wait, you know what? We lied. We're going to keep using it. Now, in defense of AI art, because I am a supervillain and a jackass, if the AI art is done well and adds to the story of the product, hey, it takes as much work to get AI to look like what you want it to look like. I mean, even the shitty little AI art I use with this morning on my various prompts, the picture of Tag standing in the Atopic Wasteland, that was like 5 minutes of me throwing prompts at the art generator to get it to look vaguely like I wanted it to look, which was Tag standing in a post-apocalypse, you know. But for like the real ones that I really tried to spend time and effort on, it's, you know, I've got a couple that it took me like an hour of just constantly refreshing and constantly rephrasing. So to get AI art to look as good as hand-drawn is work. That said, I would still prefer real art. I think we would all prefer real art if the real art captures the story we want the art to tell. Like any tool. To quote Blade Runner, they're a tool. And as long as the tool's doing what it's supposed to do, it's none of my concern. It's only when the tool does something wrong, or the tool breaks the rules, or the tool causes people to kill babies and eat babies, and I don't know, whatever else we're angry about. That's the problem. So I think the main problem is using AI art over using real life, and then not admitting you were using AI art, you know? Because, I mean, I guess if you're open about it, people are not going to be as angry, and you're still going to get some people who are angry at you. But I think the main problem is people continuing to say, oh, I didn't use any AI art, this is all live. And you look at it and it's like, then how come that model has 7 fingers? And quite frankly, if you ask me how worried I am about AI art, I'm going to say the same thing I've always said. Until AI art gets hands right, I'm not worried. Tag has 6 fingers consistently, sometimes 2 elbows, sometimes an arm growing out of her belly. So Yeah, not too worried about AR yet. Now, here's where we go through the steps of acceptance. It's like the steps of grief, the steps of AI art acceptance. Okay, step one, if you can draw your own stuff. You know, if you have a friend that can draw and can create the art you want, see if they'll do it for you for however much you can afford. If you don't have a friend, but you have a budget, go to sites like Fiverr and Reddit and other art sites, Etsy, Pinecrest, is it? Pinterest, whatever it's called, and see if you can hire an artist to do the art for you. Because, again, if the tool does its job, it's the best tool for the job. But maybe you don't have a budget or a very minuscule budget, but you still want to use real, quote unquote, real art, real pictures. Well, there is public domain, royalty-free art, stock photos, clip art, a whole bunch of stuff that you can use. There's cartoon level art, you know, where you can get like about 20 different fantasy characters drawn in a art pack from Drive-Thru that are royalty free. You just have to acknowledge the artist. There's a lot of ways out there to get art that ranges from amazing to okay to, hey, that's just a picture of an elephant, that costs nothing or very little, as long as it falls within the public domain stock art branch. So you're not limited in, good morning people who are watching, you're not limited in what's available to you. Just take a couple seconds. You know, you don't need to pay somebody $20 to draw a picture of a horse. You can just go online and go stock art horse, bam, there's a horse. And then you just mention in the credits of your book which stock art photo you used and what pages is on. And if it's somebody's property, you mention them. And if they have a website, you mention them. You give credit to the stock art. You give credit to the watermarked art. You follow all the proper steps. You're fine. You're golden. But now we reach AI art. And if you have to do AI art, like me, as long as you, one, are honest about it, because again, I think the main point of this argument continues to be not only that you're using AI art, but people are saying, I don't use AI art, when in fact they do. I just saw one today where the guy's like, I don't use AI art, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, then your idea of perspective and how the human body works is really, really off. But okay, you don't use AI art. If you're going to use AI art, one, be honest about it. Two, give credit to the art site and to the, acknowledging how AI art works. You can tell AI art to exclude certain things so you don't violate anybody's copyright or whatever you want to call it. You can exclude recognizable brands, so I don't violate anything. That's something you can do with AI. 3, find your own voice with AI art. And that is definitely part of the problem, is that a lot of people are using the same style. The CalArts style is really popular right now. So a lot of the AI art looks the same, and it's not original. Find your own voice that is unique to you through the various prompts and guides and just ideas. Find a free AI art site and just throw prompts at it for as long as you can till you find the look that best exemplifies your style, the story you want to tell. Perfect artist is our good friend Corpse King. If you've seen Corpse King's art, and his art for Corpse King and for Razorwire, that's money. That stuff's amazing. That stuff is amazing. It's breathtaking how amazing the stuff he gets his AI to spit out is, because he spent time and effort learning to manipulate AI prompts to get the specific look he wants. He has a very specific AI art voice that is unique to him. All right? I have a very specific AI voice. My voice, my AI art is very bright. It's very 1980s retro comic book, or occasionally 1950s retro futuristic. Tag tends to always look the same. The characters tend to always look the same. I have a very specific voice with my AI art that I'm trying to project. I have no way, shape, or form think my stuff is as good as Corpse King, but it gets better. It gets closer and closer to what I picture in my head. If you can't find anybody else to do what you want, and there's nothing stock art that fills the void, then yeah, especially if you're on a limited budget, it's okay to use AI as long as you're honest about it, and more importantly, as long as you find your own AI voice, or as close to you as, as unique as you can using AI. Then I think, maybe we'd be a little less problematic. I mean, we're always going to argue about AI art. And even if AI art got abolished and it never happened again, we would just argue over something else. Oh, that guy uses Pierre Rodin's art. Screw Pierre Rodin. If you don't use Franco Baldwin's art, you're stuck. Okay, we would just argue over something else because we need things to argue about, because we can't get along. And I don't know, I mean, for a silly game about goblins with sticks, it does seem to rile people up. But as a very wise man once said, people are very passionate about their sports. And for a lot of people, how role-playing should look is something that's they're as passionate about as hawk and goats. Anyways, screw AI art. Let's get back to the real reason we took this walk, and that's to check on the goats. So without further ado, goats. Now, are these goats real, or are these goats AI? You tell me. Hi, goat. Yes. Hi. Only two of you today? Where's your friends? Hi, baby. Oh, here we go. Here comes a friend. Hi. Hi, you gonna let me pet you? Oh, you want to scratch right here? Scratch, 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 scratch. Oh yes, that feels good, huh? Scratch, scratch, scratch. I go. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 missing. 4. Where's the others? Yeah, I love the goats. These are fire goats. They live here at the Coastline Church. They occasionally can be rented to eat, down wild flowers and stuff. But most of the time they just hang out here getting spoiled. So yeah, goats. Anyways, yeah, which goats have to do with AI? Absolutely nothing. But it's goats. And they're cute. Anyways, that's about it. We've arrived at the store. Thank you for saying my town is pretty. In closing, take advantage of stock art. Not enough of us do. I mean, there's a ton of stuff out there that you can use. The Google and others, they have stock art collections. The Smithsonian has a stock art collection. Almost every museum has a stock art collection that you can just download online. Just go stock art, public domain, elephants, stock art, public domain, skeletons, and you'll probably find what you're looking for, and you can avoid any arguments and you can do it without paying a lot of money, or not paying any money for some of it. And if you're really concerned, you could always just, take a picture of, say, a guy in medieval armor, take it to a remove background site. So it removes the background site, and you just have the medieval armor, and then you can just place it whatever you want. You can make some pretty awesome stuff just by a little editing in Canva or photoshopping. It doesn't require an art degree. It just requires time and the willingness to do the search. And again, if you gotta use AI art, just be honest about it. Give credit to this AI art site, and try and find your own AI voice. Anyways, That's it. It's not like I'm going to solve the world's problems. It's not like people are going to stop arguing. But hopefully, maybe I can add a little levity to this nonstop nonsense. Till next time, see ya.